Voting is a human right.
Is this working? Oh, there you go. All right. How's everyone doing today? Let's get one more chant in there. C-O-P-A, New York tenants here to stay. C-O-P-A, New York tenants here to stay. C-O-P-A, New York tenants here to stay.
C-O-P-A, New York tenants here to stay. C-O-P-A, New York tenants here to stay.
Woo! Let's go! So we are here today because we are trying to pass the Community Opportunity to Purchase Act before the end of the year, and we have never been closer than we are right now because of the dedicated organizing of folks like you here today. So thank you for being out here. We have been fighting for this for 6 years. We have been out here in the summer heat, in the winter cold, and we are back here again in the cold to make sure council members going to the state session today understand that Copa is a priority for tenants, for struggling New Yorkers who are dying to find an affordable place to live, and it is not something they can compromise on. We have to pass Copa today. And like I said, we've never been closer. But when you get close to winning a major policy change like Copa, the opposition comes out of the woodwork. The real estate industry has been doing everything in their power to kill this bill. Shame. The reason they're so scared is because we're trying to level the playing field. And when you try and level the field that they've been grazing their cash cows on for years on the backs of tenants, it becomes scary. And as a result, they become nervous. They're panicking. That's good. That means we're winning. That means we keep fighting. And as they reach out to council members and the media to say that investors, real estate investors, are going to panic and run and leave our city without housing, which we know are lies, we have to remind them that they don't understand panic and anxiety unless they've received an eviction notice, like many of the tenants we know. They don't know the anxiety of getting a double-digit rent increase. They don't know the anxiety of not knowing where you're going to live next year. So if anyone has the right to panic and to tell these council members that they have to act in order to keep us in our homes, it's the tenants of New York City. So we are going to open this up to other folks who have been fighting for the passage of Copa. But we are here as a reminder to make sure this council passes Copa. So we have so many great council members that have been supporting Copa, but unfortunately, some of those real estate lobbyists have gotten to some of our council members, and they've dropped off the bill. So we want to make sure that they understand that we need them back on this bill. No hard feelings, no questions asked, just get back on. So we're going to do a little chant to get them back on the bill. So one of those council members who dropped off is Council Member Kevin Riley, who actually wrote an op-ed in support of Copa a few months ago. So we're going to make sure Kevin Riley knows we need him back on the bill. So we're going to do a little chant. Kevin Riley, hey, hey.
Kevin Riley, hey, hey.
Get back on Copa today.
Get back on Copa today.
Kevin Riley, hey, hey. Get back on Copa today. Kevin Riley, hey, hey. Get back on Copa today. Kevin Riley, hey, hey. Get back on Copa today. Great. And yesterday, Councilmember Mercedes Narcisse dropped off the bill. That's a real shame. It's also a shame that her name has too many syllables. So, we're going to do the same chant, modified slightly. Narcisse, hey, hey, get back on Copa today. Narcisse, hey, hey, get back on Copa today. Narcisse, hey, hey, get back on Copa today. Hey, hey, get back on Copa today. That's great. There's a few others, and we'll get to them, especially if we see them, but I want to make space for others to get on and speak. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Will Spizak. I'm a senior policy strategist with New Economy Project, and we have been fighting for a passage of Copa for 6 years, and I can't wait to be done and pass it this year. Well, thank you for turning out. I'm going to turn it over to
John.
Casey here. John. I'm going to turn it over to John, who's been fighting for his building for 3 years. Oh, either one. Oh, yeah, very good. John's going to go first.
Yeah, John.
John Ray, hands up. Hello? Here we go. All right. My name is John Leva. Most of you know me. I don't know how many times we've been here for this already. And they got to know that we're going to keep coming. We're not going to stop until this law, so this is the law of the land, right? Keep fighting with you. I'm fighting for my life almost, right? I'm fighting because a building I've lived in for 30 years. There was a tax program I didn't know anything about. It's expiring, or it just expired, and he wanted to get us all out and move more affluent people into our building. Right? I have no plan B. I'm fighting for my life because I would be displaced out of New York City. And this is why Copa is so near and dear to me, right? Because it's not just myself. Like LIHTC, the low income housing tax credit, was a product of Reaganomics. It was made permanent in '94. They last 30 years here in New York. There's going to be a lot of buildings like ours. I've heard, a New York Times article said like 90% of affordable housing has some kind of LIHTC thing to it. Shelter Force said that when it was 100,000 units to expiring LIHTCs. So there's a wave of them coming. And there's no solution. And this is why I love Copa so much, because while other stuff is great, vouchers, this and everything, this gets to the root of the problem. It's not a band-aid. This really gets to the root of the problem in New York City, and how our homes are just commodities to be traded, and our lives are, we've known too many people, right, that have been moved out of New York City. I'm not going to make everybody raise their hands, but I'm sure everybody, right? My own family members have had to leave New York City, and our family's been torn apart. And Copa would help keep New Yorkers in New York. Right, where they belong. New Yorkers don't belong down south somewhere or something. They belong in New York.
That's right.
People with fixed incomes, single mothers, all the essential workers that everybody, applauded just a few years ago, are being displaced out of our city, and that should bother everybody. And I don't understand, and I would like to speak directly to Speaker Adams right now. I don't understand how a bill that has over 100 community groups, right? How many are we up to now? Over 150 community groups have signed on. We just had a 2/3 majority except for the people that dropped out, right? And it still won't be brought up to the floor. Like that's crazy. That's ridiculous. So, I don't really understand. I don't understand how that works. I'm not too savvy with politics, I guess. How is something so popular kept off the floor by somebody? Anyway, we're here to fight for Copa. We're not going to stop. This administration or the next one, until we pass Copa, we're going to keep coming back here. So, I'm not tired of coming here because I love you guys. But they're going to get tired of seeing us here. All right, so let's do a chant. He said, C-O-P-A. Copa's what we want today.
C-O-P-A, Copa's what we want today. C-O-P-A, Copa's what we want today. C-O-P-A, Copa's what we want today.
Let's go! All right, folks, we got more speakers coming up. Next one, we got Casey coming to speak about how youth across the city are fighting for a passage of Copa. And before that, I just want to note that we got a really amazing endorsement last week from AARP. So this is an intergenerational movement. AARP knows that Copa will help folks in New York City age in place and stay in their apartments and have true affordability into their senior years. And we know that youth are struggling to stay in New York. We've lost 200,000 black New Yorkers since 2020. We've lost a net 500,000 New Yorkers since 2020. New Yorkers can't stay here, old and young, and we're going to change that by passing Copa and keeping people in their homes. So welcome up Casey to speak about the youth fight for Copa.
Hi everyone, my name is Casey. Thanks for coming out today. It's so cold. Will is right. People can't afford to stay here anymore. My family's from South Brooklyn. They would never ever be able to move back home today. Their houses, the apartments they used to live in, were double, triple what they used to cost, and that's not right. Now, 1 in 8 public school students in New York City are determined to be housing insecure, meaning they do not have a stable place to stay throughout the school year, and that's just what we know of. Those are just the students that are showing up at school. That's over 150,000 New York City public school students. That's not right.
Not right.
Copa is a tool for our organizing. It allows us to organize our homes and determine what our future is going to be. And we made a lot of good faith concessions for this bill. And I'm really pissed off today because a lot of our council members are letting Brevney and the real estate industry determine how they legislate over our lives. We're majority here. If we want New Yorkers to stay in New York, we need to pass Copa today. C-O-P-A!
Copa's what we want today. C-O-P-A, Copa's what we want today. C-O-P-A, Copa's what we want today. C-O-P-A.
Let's hear it up for Casey. Woo! Just a heads up, there are hand warmers back behind you guys if you're getting cold. In the blue bag. All right, next up, we have next up speaker. Who wants to speak? This is more informal, so folks just want to come up. Let's go, Diablo.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Diablo. I'm a housing organizer on the Lower East Side. And I've seen firsthand how the minute a building is up for sale, a predatory landlord swoops in and buys the building. Is that okay? No! Don't shouldn't the tenants have a say over their lives, over their homes? Yes! That's why we need Copa passed to give tenants and qualified nonprofits like Community Land Trust to give tenants agency over their lives.
That's right.
I am a proud organizer of This Land is Ours Community Land Trust. Shout out to Val and Steve, the folks over there. We're trying to make New York more affordable. We're trying to take out land from speculation, and we're trying to preserve what used to be an affordable neighborhood. So to that I say, thank you to all being champions for Copa today. Obviously, fuck Brevney.
Fuck Brevney!
And what do we want? Copa! When do we want it? When do we want? When do we want it? That's right. Let's pass this. Let's scare our city council members into listening to us. And let's pass Copa today. Let's go.
All right. Next up, we have volunteers. Hey, boy. Did you get up here? Cam. There we go. Copa is very important, not just for Lower East Side, like Yapa said, but also for Western Queens, which is experiencing an unprecedented influx of capital, building luxury towers and kicking out long-term residents. That ain't right. A Western Queens CLT has been out there fighting to preserve affordable housing in Long Island City, in Astoria, and Western Queens more broadly. And now Pam is going to come speak about the work that they're doing. Hello.
Hi everyone, my name is Pamela Herrera and I'm the Land Justice Coordinator with the Western Queens Community Land Trust. It's true that we've been fighting off the giant rezoning, a 54-block rezoning that's going to displace thousands of residents in Long Island City. It's being built right next to Queensbridge Houses, which is the largest public housing in North America. And so I woke up this morning very inspired and I wrote this in my notes, and I thought, the city is attacking affordable housing. It's destroying the meaning and the concept. Affordable doesn't mean affordable anymore. We need truly, deeply affordable housing. You have the proposed demolition of the Fulton Chelsea houses, a plan to put public housing in the hands of private developers. It doesn't make sense. The city launched multiple rezonings across the boroughs, some of which have been voted on and approved, and for what? Crumbs of housing? The city continues to bargain for affordable housing, and what we really need is protection of existing housing that thousands of tenants live in. In 2024, there were 6 million applications for 10,000 housing units in the housing lottery. Housing is a human right, and this city is treating it like a crime. You shouldn't have to worry about providing food or paying rent. You shouldn't have to worry about going to the hospital or paying rent. Copa is important to protect tenants across the boroughs. We deserve housing stability, repairs, and a better quality of life.
Fight, fight, fight! Housing is a human right! Fight, fight, fight! Housing is a human right! Fight, fight, fight! Housing is a human right! Fight, fight, fight! Woo! Housing is a human right! What do we want? Copa! What do we want? Now! What do we want? Copa! What do we want? Now! If we don't get it! Shut it down! If we don't get it! Shut it down! If we don't get it! Shut it down! If tenants don't get it! Shut it down! If interests don't get it! Shut it down!
Hey! Hey everybody, how are we feeling? Shout out Casey, amazing organizer, and all the wonderful people here fighting for a more affordable New York built by and for us. Right now, we have elected an affordability mayor.
Yes.
But now, we gotta make sure that the city council reflects that we are holding our people accountable, and that, we won't have a silver bullet in City Hall. It's gonna take our army, our village to make this happen.
Right.
So we need to keep pushing and fighting, because we are the future, and you will never shut us down. Fight, fight, fight!
Housing is a human right! Fight, fight, fight! Housing is a human right! Fight, fight, fight! Housing is a human right!
Thanks. Go up, go up. What? What? No. Anyway, we're gonna technical difficulties, so try and fix it in the meantime. So we just heard from a lifelong New Yorker, and many New Yorkers, like we said, are being forced out of their neighborhoods, forced out of their communities. But next we're going to bring up a speaker from Chaya Community Development Corporation, which is fighting to keep people, particularly the South Asian community, in Jackson Heights, in Richmond Hill, in Queens, where they have flourished for a generation. And we're going to bring up Jess to talk about how Copa will help do that.
Hi everyone. I'm from Chaya Community Development Corporation.
council members, as they come in, can get pulled in so they can talk to us and to our organizers about Copa. We haven't seen any yet, but we want to make sure that if you see one, try and flag them down for us. We're going to have other folks looking out. But we just got some concerning news that another council member is considering dropping off of the bill. So we need to make sure that this council member, by name of Farrah Lewis, understands that we want Copa passed today. So Farrah Lewis, hey, hey, we want Copa passed today.
Farrah Lewis, hey, hey, we want Copa passed today. Farrah Lewis, hey, hey, we want Copa passed today. Farrah Lewis, hey, hey, we want Copa passed today.
That's right, and every council member that drops off is going to hear from us. We're going to fight until we get
You're very welcome.
our 2/3 majority back and we pass this damn bill.
Yes,
Let's go. All right, next up, I think we're going to invite Sam Stein to speak about CSS.
Been a big supporter of Copa from the beginning. Copa is good. My name is Sam Stein. I'm a researcher at the Community Service Society. We've been a strong supporter of Copa since the beginning, and we're excited to see it pass this year. We believe in social housing conversion. Taking housing off of the private for-profit market and putting it into tenant and community's hands, and this is a crucial tool to do that. Community Service Society has been doing this for decades. In the 1980s, we were helping buildings transition from failing landlords into tenant ownership, and we want to be restarting that process today. In fact, I live in a building that went through this in the 1970s and 80s. And no longer do we do this on a large scale. It's time to bring back tenant and community ownership. Let's pass Copa right now.
All right, anyone else want to speak about Copa? Crowd. Anyone else want to speak? Yes.
Denise.
You got it.
My building is 287 Prospect Avenue. We've been organizing for a few years for the takeover, and there's just simply no infrastructure. The tenants are working our butts off. We need our elected officials to also. Our building is home to many essential workers, nurses, teachers, social workers, nonprofit employees, people who really don't make monopoly money, but also have nowhere else to go. We don't have attorneys on the to make something like Copa come to fruition. Our building was recently expired with a 421A tax abatement, and has many warehouse units, and it's just doing all the things, going through all the things that all the buildings go through. And so this isn't too controversial. This just feels really straightforward. It feels like we all know what we want, and we just need our elected officials to do what we have elected them to do. So,
Right.
keep working to pass Copa today.
All right. COPA, New York tenants here to stay.
COPA, New York tenants here to stay. COPA, New York tenants here to stay.
All right. So next up, we have Kyla from South Bronx Unite.
Everybody. My name is Kyla from South Bronx Unite. We need to pass Copa because housing is a human right, but also our community, the South Bronx was burned. Like, they left the South Bronx to burn. And a lot of our elders are still dealing with health repercussions of that. That's asthma, allergies, COPD, all these things. So it's like the government left us to die, to drown, and we have survived that. And as a community, everything that we have had to fight so much for, and now we're being pushed out of the homes that they didn't even care to go check on, to see if we were breathing. You know, so now the suburbs is being extremely gentrified. You have all of these developers coming in with their Sobro and their piano district and these luxury apartments that they say are going to be 80-20, but honestly, they're not even complying with that. A lot of the new buildings have so many vacant apartments, you know, and also community, we take care of each other and ourselves. When something is yours and you love it and you work together to build it up, you care for it in a way that these landlords and people that are just thinking about their money coming in every month, they don't care. So when we don't have heat, when we go through all of these things, if we collectively had the power to come together and work and organize within our communities, we would have a more dignified living, which creates a more harmonious community, which creates a better society and a better city. It is a shame that this country has so much money and that you have people outside in the cold, in the freezing cold. It is a shame that we have families that are working, that live in shelters with their children, still going to school, working multiple jobs, and are in the shelter system for years and years with so much vacant housing. It is a shame the conditions that so many of us experience in our communities, right? When you are actively paying rent, and it doesn't have to be this way. So we really do need these politicians to come together and to allow now for the community to have the opportunity to purchase so that we can care for our people. That makes a better city. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Organizing.
What do we want?
Copa!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Copa!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Copa!
When do we want it?
Now!
Right. I'm getting upset because we have been here for too long. I was a young man when we started this, and now I'm old. No, thank you. So next up, we are going to bring a speaker, a league from St. Nick's Alliance. They're doing work in Brooklyn, and they're here to tell you why Copa is necessary to keep folks in Brooklyn housed and affordable. Let's bring up a league.
I'll just project my voice, everybody. My name is Raleigh Golson. I'm the Assistant Director of Housing Counseling and Community Organizer over at St. Nick's. But I'm also a career organizer. Like Will said, a lot of us started when we were very young. I might not look it, I turned 29 next month. And I've been a career organizer since I was 19. I'm here today with St. Nick's Alliance to talk about how Copa can help out, one, organizers who are on the ground facing all these difficulties in their day-to-day jobs. A lot of times when buildings are foreclosed on or going through speculation, so much tenants feel like they're stuck in limbo, and it does put a hold on organizers' jobs. So we have to basically tell them, like, hey, this might be an inevitable eviction that's going to happen far from the end. But things like Copa will put the power back in the hands of the tenants. And now I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the point of view of a preservation partner like St. Nick's as a developer. So a lot of housing nonprofits who have that developer mindset or that tagline, they don't get to really put forth their full effort because there's not a lot of legislation backing them. So a lot of times when an organizer might come to us and say, hey, I'm opening a building, but it's about to be sold, we would love to step in as an organization and buy those buildings, step up and put forth a preservation effort and be basically like an entity that's on the side of the tenant, pro-tenant, and letting tenants know, hey, we have your back, we're not coming in to displace you, kick you out, raise your rents, we want you to stay in where you were born, etc. So, and I want to come here to lead a chant, of course. So, what's the best chant?
Pass Copa!
Pass Copa. Let's do a fight, fight, fight.
Housing is a human right.
Fight, fight, fight! Housing is a human right. Fight, fight, fight! Housing is a human right. Fight, fight, fight! Housing is a human right. Fight, fight, fight! Housing is a human right.
Now, one of my favorite organizations in the city, out in Rockaway, we got Amber from Real Edgemere PLC. Let's go. Amber.
Yes, hi everyone. We are here to fight. As you know, in our community, we have speculators, private investors that come in Give us, the community, the right to have first dibs to the land, to properties. Let us get the opportunity to have funding. This is how we preserve our community. So Copa, we should pass it, give the community the opportunity to purchase first before we let outsiders in.
All right. Next up, we have someone that many of you know, the attorney that represents many of the COTs and the movement. We have Paula Siegel from Patriot Justice.
Hey everybody. I just came from the civil court where we are representing housing residents in Chelsea who are fighting to stay in their community. That is a microcosm of what is happening across the city. Poor people are fighting to stay in the communities that they have built, in the communities that are alive and vibrant and interesting and livable because we lived in them. And now I'm lucky. I live in a Michelama co-op, and I want every single person here and every single person walking by to feel the stability in their housing that I feel. Right? I want our neighborhoods to feel stable, and I want tenants to have the opportunity to stay in the face of flipping, in the face of expiring affordability restrictions, in the face of landlords who don't take care of their buildings. And when those landlords who are looking to sell decide, oh, I'm going to go on the market, I am really excited to live in a city starting in 2026 where before they go to the market, they have to come to us. They have to come to the movement, and they have to say, we've got a building full of people. They've been living here. Do you all want to become their landlord? Do you want to help them turn that building into a co-op? Can you buy it from us? I am so excited for the opportunities that next year is going to bring. And speaking to the folks inside that building over there, they have a couple of weeks to make a really big difference for New York City so that we are starting 2026 on a really strong foot for community preservation, for community opportunity, and for a New York City that is livable for low-income Black and brown people and for the people who survived the city in the hardest times. So thank you everybody so much for being out here in the cold. I want to, and thank you to a couple folks who I know were in court with us this morning, so like me, some folks just ran over. So thank you to everybody for all of the work that you are doing to stabilize building for the community. We could not, as attorneys, do this without you.
Awesome.
Pass Copa now.
What?
Pass Copa now.
Pass Copa now!
Pass Copa now! Pass Copa now! Pass Copa now! Pass Copa now!
All right, next up, we have a real powerhouse organization in New York City organizing. We've got Malcolm from New York Communities for Change. Let's go.
Hi, y'all. Good beautiful day. I'm going to keep it brief because everyone has said wonderful, wonderful things. My name is Malcolm, an organizer at New York Communities for Change in Uptown in the Bronx. I am tired of going into mismanaged buildings where the landlords don't take care of the repairs, they don't clean up the buildings, folks are living in unsafe conditions. I am tired of working, well, I'm not tired of it, I love it, but tired of hearing horror stories from tenants about their conditions and then having those same buildings be sold off and put on the market and switch from developer to manager and manager. So that's why we're here. That's why we're fighting for Copa, to put the power back in the hands of tenants across the city who know what we need, who know what safe apartments and safe buildings and safe communities need. So let's pass Copa. Let's keep the energy going. Let's keep the fight.
So I told you that some council members have been a little shaky on Copa, and we're here to remind them that they have to stay on Copa, and we got to pass this bill this year. But we're going to hear from one council member that has been unwavering in her support of Copa. The amazing Alexa Villa. Thank you. Alexa! Run!
What up, y'all? We feeling good?
Yeah!
Let's give a huge cheer for Councilmember Sandy Nurse.
Yeah!
She has been grinding so hard on this legislation, and you're right. There are some members who are a little shaky, but there are others who are not.
End the year, you know, on a positive note. There's a lot going on, so I just want to say I stand in solidarity with you all. I thank you for your work. This is years and years of work, and we wouldn't have been able to get here without you. So this victory, when we claim this victory, is 100% your victory. So thank you. Power to the people, power to the tenants. Much love. Gracias.
Thank you, Councilmember. That Councilmember Vilas is not going to call out her colleagues by name, but we don't mind. So we just think we saw James Gennaro, who was on the bill and then got off. So here's James Gennaro. Hey, get back on Copa today.
James Gennaro, hey, get back on Copa today. James Gennaro, hey, get back on Copa today.
That's right. Anyone who gets off, you're going to hear from us, one way or the other. So next up, we have, open mic. Who else wants to speak?
Keep New Yorkers in New York.
Let's do it.
Keep New Yorkers
In New York.
Keep New Yorkers
In New York.
Keep New Yorkers
In New York.
All right. So we got Judith coming up, member of East New York COT and Hope Brooklyn. Let's go, Judith.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Copa is again a qualifying nonprofit organization with right to purchase certain multi-family residential buildings when they go for sale. The goal is to preserve affordable housing by taking off the speculative market and putting it under community control, preventing displacement of our community. My name is Judith Douglas, and I am a tenant, and like many of you, but I am from Brooklyn, New York. I'm a member of East New York Community Land Trust, and I'm also a member of Copa, organizing for people empowerment. Today, I'm representing East New York Community Land Trust and Copa. Before I start, I want to thank the coalition and the lead sponsor, member Sandy Nurse. For fighting for us and also our community. I have seen so many changes in our community. Like so many of you, I want to remain in my community, just like you, but affordability is pushing us out, and fear is beginning to kick in. So our community is moving into shelters day by day, which is not a place for them to be. Shelter is not a permanent home. Real home is. Right. The economy is not getting better, and people are losing their job. Many families are fearing the worst, and it's time to stand up and fight back. With fear, the only promise we have right now is Copa. What we want to preserve affordable homes, and Copa gives us that mission drive, a chance to buy building and keep them in the communities so that we can live. It prevents us from being displaced. Copa can help us long-term living with our family. It increases community stability. We as tenants need stability. We don't need to move from an apartment year by year, month by month. We need to be stable. And shelter, and all those private people in the shelter, the executive, this is not for us. We are making money, we are suffering. And yes we are, yes we are.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yes. So instead, Copa will build stability for tenants and the community by fostering responsible long-term home ownership instead of rapidly turnover, often associated with investment. Okay, you know those investors, those people come around night to sweep out the deed, take away your property, and you can't see them. Okay? Phantoms of the real estate. Yes. Corporate empower us to build a stronger community and have a voice in the future in our neighborhood. Right now we don't have much voice.
by empowering local driven groups to acquire and manage property that can basically serve our needs. It supports equitable. We need to own stuff, and that we don't have. And Copa will allow us to do that. It supports responsibility through not-for-profit organizations who believe can do a better job. And that's the CLT and other community organizations who can work together in our best interests. And we believe that. Because recently, East New York Community Land Trust in Brooklyn have purchased a 240 Arlington Avenue building. Yeah. So we encourage you to speak to your council member to support Copa. We need to survive financially in this marketplace. We need to be stable, we need to be safe, and we need to surround by family and friends and avoid displacement and loneliness when we get old. And that's the truth. Many of our seniors
Stevens, nurse!
And we don't
Good
have
morning!
friends.
You rocked it yesterday, Stevens. I loved everything you said in City Hall yesterday. You gotta come talk, boy. Come on, baby, we need you.
So today, we are here to see what we need. So what do we want? Copa. When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want
Copa!
When do we want it?
Now!
Remember, we are all in this together. So, united we stand, divided we fall. United we stand,
Divided we fall.
Thank you all for coming out and thank you for listening, and let us stand together towards this important cause. United we stand, divided we fall.
What do we want?
Copa!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Copa!
When do we want it?
Now!
Well, we'll take December 18th also. So, the reason why we are so close to passing this bill, first and foremost, is the amazing organizing that we've been doing month after month, year after year. But also, just as important, has been the amazing work of Council Member Sandy Nurse. So we're going to welcome Sandy Nurse, who was just stuck in a meeting for a really long time, but now gets to be with us. Thank you.
Hey guys. Hey. We are so goddamn close. Let's see. I'm sorry. I wanted to come earlier, but we are stuck in a boat. But also, you know, a lot of my colleagues are feeling a lot of pressure right now. You know, the real estate industry is big mad. They are panicking. They are claiming that we are destroying the entire housing market of New York City. Wow. But we're not. Because all we're doing is creating a small window, a tiny opportunity for our community organizations that we trust, that we know build affordable housing, that know how to preserve affordable housing, rehabilitate it, renovate it, and keep tenants here in New York City. We're giving them a small opportunity to purchase these buildings and keep New Yorkers here. That's all. Amen. So I think what you all are doing here is so important. It's so important that you reach out to the council members, show them some love, especially for those who are staying on, who are standing up for us. Please show them some love, because it's not easy right now. We only got one more stated of the year, and if we don't pass this, we're going to have to mount a whole another round of fight, and I don't want to do that. So, and I know you all don't want to do that. So please show love to the members who are on, and for the members who are not on or coming off, reach out to them and have a good conversation with them. Tell them how much this means for our communities. Tell them that 40 organizations that do affordable housing are about this, that people who finance these programs are about this, and that our tenants and our New Yorkers need this. So please keep doing what you're doing. We're almost there. We got a little bit of time to go. Let's make it happen.
C-O-P-A. Jackie, you repeat it. C-O-P-A. We want Copa passed today.
C-O-P-A. We want Copa passed today. C-O-P-A. We want Copa passed today.
All right, so we're getting close to 1 o'clock. Oh, we got Marte. Yeah. Chris Marte has not signed on to Copa yet. Marte, hey, hey, we want. Oh, sorry.
Marte, hey, hey, we want Copa Fest today. Marte, hey, hey, we want Copa Fest today. Marte, hey, hey, we want Copa Fest today. Marte, hey, hey, we want Copa Fest today.
All right. Caught me off guard. So we got at least 2 more speakers left. So we're going to bring up a powerhouse organizer again from the Rockaways, Alexis. Don't talk.
Such an amazing speaker, but so I'm Alexis Foot, and once again, Copa will allow my community to stay community. I was living in Ocean Village, which is now Auburn View. It was purchased by L&M, Triangle Equity, and Bluestone during Sandy, and they revoked our rent stabilization. They wouldn't negotiate with the tenants for us to become Mitchell-Lama co-ops, which would lead us all to home ownership. And if we would have had Copa, right? Me and the residents would have been able to purchase Auburn View. And we've been our own landlord. We did our own renovations instead of the city giving L&M money to use for a whole nother community building right next door to us. Not only that, but they're pushing us out through the housing court. A lot of my tenants who are seniors who have been living in Ocean Village, aka Auburn View, for generations, are being pushed out by greed. Yes, greed. That ain't right. L&M, Bluestone, Triangle Equity are the favorite child of New York City when it comes to development, and it's not right. My mom actually lived in one of their properties. May she rest in peace. She just passed away July 22nd, and even though they had social services in the building, they still failed my mom. They still failed her. Because L&M cannot really deal with the most vulnerable population, which has mental illness, past substance abuse. You get what I'm saying? When I fell victim to domestic violence because my husband also suffers from mental illness, and he couldn't take the pressures of the fact that we were rent burdened. When you are rent burdened, it kicks the tenants and the residents into mental health. And now I'm displaced, and I'm in a shelter, and I've been there for 2 years already. And I'm fighting to get out with my 19-year-old. And I'm talking to the city of New York. Please stop failing your most powerful warriors. You failed my mother. Don't fail me and my kids. Don't fail the tenants and the residents and the homeowners.
That's right.
The homeowners that are losing their homes. Please pass Copa today.
That's right.
Our livelihood depends on it. You have people who are dying in the shelter who are waiting for housing. Okay, Governor Hochul, I'm talking to you too.
Yeah, wake up,
Hochul. You
Hochul.
actually had the power to give us housing and real housing. Please stop the pillow talk with your husband and his friends. Stop, get your hands out of their pocket.
Yeah,
I need
no
you to be a
fake
woman.
games.
I need you to stand up to your husband and his friends. We need housing. We need it right now.
That's right.
Yes.
Ain't no fake games no more.
Oh, Alexis.
So let's make sure the whole city council knows. City council, hey, hey, we want Copa passed today.
City council, hey, hey, we want Copa passed today. City council, hey, hey, we want Copa passed today. City council, hey, hey, we want Copa passed today.
All right. All right, next up, I think, might be the last speaker unless someone else gets brave and wants to step up. We're going to hear from someone who knows all about the city council from the inside and the outside, speaking about the work that Goddard's been doing to preserve affordable housing. Welcome up, Win.
My name is Win Periasamy. I'm the Director of External Affairs at Goddard Riverside, which external affairs can mean whatever external affairs means. But and like Will alluded to, I was previously working in local government like about 6 months ago at the council and at the Manhattan Borough President's office, and now I'm very proud to be at Goddard Riverside, a settlement house, a multi-service social services organization that for over 100 years, amongst other things, has truly believed in and worked in tenant organizing, housing preservation, building and preserving and offering communities a safe place to safe, accessible housing, both older adult housing and supportive housing. So if you don't know where we are located in the west side of Manhattan, the east side of Manhattan, Harlem, and a couple sets of Queens. And I just named a few places that are really expensive to live. Just one of our sites off the top of my head on the west side has a 10-year wait list for housing for older adults, folks who have considered the west side a space that is their home. But like it is not like there are multiple like no matter your income, like folks should be able to stay in their communities, and this is something that Goddard really believes in. And tenant opportunity to purchase, community opportunity to purchase. This would be mean things that not only like we would be able to actually own and like preserve housing, which if you get in some really wonky things would make it a lot easier for us to preserve and to support safe, accessible, clean housing for our community members. Goddard truly believes in like settlement houses and social services as a community, as a living room to the community, and we want folks to be able to stay. But that means that we want tenants to be able to purchase their housing. We want everyone here to have what they have been organizing so hard for so many years. So thank you so much for your organizing. Thank you so much for your power. We're with you, and let's get this done. Woo!
All right, everyone. So we are wrapping up. Let's say anyone else wants to speak. Last chance. All right. Yeah, they give you a chance. So, for folks who can stay, you're going to hang around a little bit longer so we can catch council members as they're coming in to talk about Copa. It is urgent that everyone understands that this bill has to pass this month, right? It has to pass by the 18th. So anyone who can stay, help talk to council members, catch them, make sure they feel the pressure, because they're hearing from the real estate lobby, they're hearing from Redney, they're hearing from the small property owners of New York that they're scared of Copa, but they don't realize how many people, working people, want Copa passed because they're at work, right? They don't have the opportunity to talk all the time. So we're here now, so if you could stay and talk to council members, please do. And if you have to go, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for turning out. And we're going to take a photo before we leave.
I think for all the council members that did support us, like Nurse say, we should throw them a little hoo-ha so they can really feel
yes, that's right. Let's thank all the council members on the bill.
Group picture.
Okay, everybody get on this side and get in. I think Judith will be the farthest on this side. Casey,